Hey, what's up guys? MyHeroDeku here. Now, as most of you have probably already heard, AT&T just agreed to sell Crunchyroll to Sony Pictures for almost $1.2 billion. Now, I think that's a good thing in a couple of ways, in the sense that we could see some uniform series in between Funimation and Crunchyroll, and maybe see a merger of those two streaming services in their content, or at least some kind of package deal, as well as the fact that that means anime as an industry in the West is now worth $1.2 billion just for the right to license that kind of content. All that is good for the industry. It means we're growing, it means the companies are probably going to be making more money, which means we're going to see more thought put into the products we're getting, because obviously as they can make money off of it, we're going to get better products. That's just how it works. But on the other hand, just like I said there, with package deals now being a possibility because Sony Pictures owns Funimation and Crunchyroll now, I think that kind of opens up a lack of competition, because obviously we still have Netflix, which is a pretty big contender with anime. They've said they were going to invest in it, and they've held true to that. But most of their competition comes in with anime original content, like their own series. Like, I know they're doing a High-Rise Invasion, and they've done stuff like Devilman Crybaby before, which is great. You love to see that as well, but with the way they work their series that they even do license, like Carol and Tuesday or Seven Deadly Sins, where they wait till the halfway point or till it's over in the worst cases to release the content, I don't think they're really in touch with what we as anime fans usually do when we're watching our content seasonally, so they lose a lot of competition there. And of course, the back and forth between Funimation and Crunchyroll has kind of forced them to keep competition up, as well as pirating sites. But with the death of Kiss Anime recently this year, and now the merger of these two companies, I do think we could see a lot less competition, which could be hurtful, at least short term, in the sense that there isn't really a big drive for Sony to increase the quality of either of these services now, because there's no one to really compete with them in the licensing game. Yes, we have companies like Sentai Filmworks also releasing DVDs and Blu-rays, as well as Viz Media licensing manga and stuff. But even with companies like that, obviously we know Sony owns Viz Media Europe, which doesn't apply to some of these American people that watch my content, as well as myself, but it just goes to show they're kind of getting a dangerous kind of monopoly on the licensing market. Now, obviously, they only have so much control because the Japanese creators are still, at the end of the day, the ones making it. They're just licensing it. But they are putting themselves in a pretty good position to decide what we can and can't really get our hands on and how we're going to be able to do that. I really hope, if anything, we see better Blu-ray deals, but I doubt it, because if you see a lot of Funimation releases as is, they're usually $50 base. That applies to anything. Like, if you get a base My Hero Academia set, $50. Be it one part of the season or both part sets at the end of the season. Now, that'd be all fine and dandy, but they also release collector's editions, and I have the My Hero Academia first season collector's edition. Came with an art book, a couple of little bonuses. I do personally think some of those can be worth it, but they have others that are like just the box, and that can be cool. It can, but the price just upcut there can sometimes be up to like $90, and if you're paying $90 for a cardboard box and a separate case for your DVD and Blu-ray, I don't really like that, and just losing competition is not good. Now, I mentioned Sentai Filmworks earlier, but their box sets are outrageous in price. It's just stupid. So for Funimation to be the more affordable option, and now they have access to all those Crunchyroll series as well. Now, I know Crunchyroll, the way they license a lot of their stuff, only really lets them stream the content, so I don't foresee that being an issue with the DVD and Blu-ray market just yet, but I could see going forward with it being Sony, them being able to throw around that name, as well as Aniplex obviously being in the mix. I don't know. I think there's a lot of risk there. Now, this is a lot of fear-mongering, I feel like, because at the end of the day, Sony is a big company. They only got big by knowing how to handle a market and kind of what people want, to an extent at least. And I do want to believe this is going to be beneficial to us. Maybe the streaming services will be improved, because let's be real, Crunchyroll doesn't have the best layout for their website. It's not intuitive, it's not really all that great. It's simple, it works, and that's nice, but it's nothing to like just make the watching experience amazing. So if we could see it mixed with something like High Dive, I would say Verve, but Verve is probably going to get dismantled now with Sony's purchase. But if we could see something like that out of this, and a way to pay for both of these services at once and get both libraries for a lower price, or at least a similar price, I think that could definitely be beneficial, honestly. I also think that, again, like I said, the price that they were willing to pay for it shows that we've moved forward a lot in getting respect in Western media, especially with how the My Hero Academia movie recently did, as well as how we're seeing the Mugen Train movie do just in Japan. It hasn't even left the country yet. Of course, we'll see it come over here, and I don't see any way that it doesn't do exceptionally in sales. The fact that me living in a small town can go out and watch most of these movies in theaters now, as long as they're a big enough release, is, again, another thing that shows how far we're coming, and that's always a plus. You want to see the community grow. It means we're gaining more people, we're gaining more influence, and everyone just gets a better product and more people to talk to. In that regard, I think Sony will be good for pushing the thing that we love, and I think they've got the advertising to really back it. But I do think we should, as consumers, be weary of what they try to push in. If we don't see an increase, we need to watch out. We don't just want them to think that they can give us the exact same product and we'll be happy. I don't really know what else to say on this topic besides being weirdly optimistic, I guess, but I would love to know what you guys think. Other than that, I'm just going to leave it there. So this is MyHeroDeku signing off.